I'm a 30-year-old man who thought I was in a happy, loving marriage until recently, when I found out my wife of 10 years had been looking up divorce information. My heart stopped. This woman, who has been my rock, my savior, and my everything, made me question everything I thought I knew about our relationship. But in the end, she reminded me that real love, no matter how tested, is resilient. Let me start from the beginning. My life was never easy. I was the product of a one-night stand between two people who didn't want me. Neither of my parents had steady jobs, relationships, or even the desire to parent. If my dad got tired of me, he'd drop me at my mom's, only for me to find myself locked outside her apartment for hours, starving and alone. School wasn't much better. I was the weird, awkward kid in dirty clothes, relentlessly bullied. When I was 14, my maternal grandparents took me in. They loved me, but they were old and struggled to care for me. Life in their cluttered, tiny house was chaotic, but better than being alone. When I was 19, my grandma died from lung cancer. My grandpa followed shortly after. He just stopped eating. Their love had been so deep, and losing her broke him. That was when I met my wife. I was 20, and she was 23. She was working over 90 hours a week as a consultant. We met through a mutual friend, and that first day, we talked for hours. It felt like magic. Despite her busy life, she made time for me. When my grandpa passed a month later, she was there. She helped me with the funeral and cleaned out the hoarded house I'd grown up in. She brought light into my life when I was surrounded by darkness. By the way, my name is Hannah. I'm 25 years old, and I absolutely love Reddit stories. But here's the thing. I enjoy listening to stories more than reading them. That's why I decided to create this channel, to bring these stories to life and share my passion with you. Together, we'll dive into these tales, discuss them, and explore all the twists and turns. I'll be uploading 1 to 3 stories daily, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the new content. Now, let's get back to today's story. But her life wasn't easy either. Her parents were strict and abusive, viewing her only as someone who should excel academically to become more marriageable. During a trip to her home country, they tried to force her into an arranged marriage. They hid her passport and cut her off financially. She managed to escape and return to the U.S., but she was homeless and broke. I told her she could stay with me in my grandparents' old house, and we've been inseparable ever since. Her strength amazes me. She overcame so much, abuse, neglect, and family rejection, to build a life with me. We started from nothing, pooling what little we had to make a home. She works grueling hours, often taking on pro bono work because she's passionate about helping others. I run a small catering business and handle the housework, and I'm so proud of the life we've built together. But my past has left scars. I struggle with anxiety and the fear of being abandoned. Recently, I noticed my wife had several tabs open on her laptop: divorce papers, cheating suspicions, and related topics. My heart shattered. I couldn't understand why she'd think I'd cheat. I've never even entertained the idea. And if she were the one cheating, she works too much to even have time for that. My mind spiraled and I felt sick. Eventually, I found the courage to ask her about it. Her answer? She'd been reading a mystery novel about a messy divorce-turned-murder plot and thought she could write something better. My wife, the avid reader, had simply been brainstorming ideas for a short story. I felt an overwhelming mix of relief and shame. My mind had jumped to the worst conclusions, and I realized how much my mental health affects the way I see the world. My wife is my safe haven, my favorite person, and sometimes that love feels so big, it terrifies me. I'm in therapy, working through anxiety and possible borderline personality disorder, and I know I still have a lot of work to do. But through it all, my wife has been there. She loves me, supports me, and reassures me when I'm at my lowest. This experience reminded me of something important. Love isn't about never having doubts or fears. It's about facing them together, building trust brick by brick, and choosing each other every single day. My wife and I aren't perfect, but we're real, and that's what makes us strong. And so, this couple reminded us that love isn't perfect. It's about standing by each other even in the darkest times, trusting, forgiving, and building something stronger together. But what do you think? Could you face these challenges and come out stronger? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep sharing these incredible journeys together. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.